Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Sunday the 2nd of July 2017 and we're providing our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 30th of June. Gold fell $15 last week from $1,256 to $1,241, having hit a high of $1,257 and a low of $1,238. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £953. That's down £35. And in euros, it closed at €1,086. That's down €36 on the week. Silver fell 12 cents, from $16.73 to $16.61, having hit a high of $16.90 and a low of $16.47. In sterling terms, it closed at £12.75. That's down 40 pence for the week. And in euros, it closed at 14.54 euros. That's down 0.41 euros. The gold to silver ratio fell slightly from 75.07 to 1 to 74.71 to 1. The Dow Jones closed on Friday at 21,349, up 62 points on the day and down 45 points on the week. And the NASDAQ closed at 6,140, down 4 points on the day and down 125 points on the week. Brent crude rose $3.23 to $48.77, and US light crude rose $3.03 to $46.04. The dollar index stands at 95.63, that's down 1.63 on the week. Gold fell early last Monday morning, attempted a rally, and then fell back again towards the end of the week. For many, this was surprising, especially as the dollar weakened quite significantly against other major world currencies. The reason given for the initial fall was a bad order entered by a clerk, resulting in a flash crash, from which markets failed to recover fully. Whether true or not, one cannot escape from the fact that the recovery failed, even though there were significant tailwinds behind gold, such as lower dollar value and slightly falling stock markets. There have been in recent months a number of events, political and economic, which should have caused a reasonable gold rally, and they failed to materialize. This coming week will also prove interesting, in that we can expect the release of several key reports, including ISM Manufacturing PMI, ISM Non-Manufacturing PMI, the Fed meeting minutes, and the US Non-Farm Payrolls report. If these reports result in a strengthening dollar, which is indeed quite possible, or support the move towards higher interest rates later this year, then gold will continue to remain under pressure, and we may indeed see a fallback to the $1,200 position, at which there has so far been considerable support. However, one must not assume that this support level is unbreakable. Keep an eye on interest rates in Europe and the UK, as suggestions for future rate hikes will certainly hinder gold's progress in euro and sterling terms, as we saw last week, with gold down quite a significant £35 per ounce and €36 per ounce. Silver prices last week displayed a similar trend in price direction to gold, but nowhere near as severe. Nevertheless, dollar value, interest rate forecasts, economic results all have a similar effect, and this is something we have continued to comment on for the past 2 years. Silver and gold trends more or less move together, or at least in similar patterns, certainly in recent years. Yes, the degrees vary, but one cannot escape from the fact that they are influenced by a majority of the same factors. Silver has a beneficial or detrimental bearing because of its industrial use. In times of poor industrial performance, silver prices are adversely affected, and vice versa. So its predilection to move in line with gold is predominantly based on its use as a monetary metal, or the view of it as a monetary metal. We have always been positive silver and gold long term and generally bearish short term. We do believe that silver now has a floor around the $15 level, whereas 2 years ago that floor was around $12. But we also see a peak this year of no more than $21, and the consensus at the moment is a hovering between $16 to $18. In sterling terms, we can see silver going lower as the value of the pound increases against the dollar, and so for Brits, good times may be ahead for buying. Though we have to take into account that 20% VAT charged, which puts us at a huge disadvantage to our American colleagues. We often look with envy at US citizens who receive offers from large bullion dealers of spot plus 60 cents or even less, when we have to pay at least £2.50 or $3.25 premium simply because of the VAT charged. Yes, we can buy our silver from Estonia or Germany, but we are still paying a premium. And this is why, to a large extent, silver is not as popular as gold, which incurs zero VAT and sometimes zero capital gains tax in the UK and Europe. We were pleased to have pointed out last week that we expected gold and silver prices to fall, but not significantly, which in dollar terms is exactly what happened. And we are expecting continued weakness throughout the summer, unless, of course, some form of international political incident occurs. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumb up and share it on Twitter. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe as a free member for regular email updates and offers. Our Facebook page, which is updated daily, can be found at facebook.com/illuminatisilver. Disclaimer. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.